Good afternoon, everyone. It's a late afternoon today. Today is January 22nd of 2023. It's Sunday. And today is the Lunar New Year day. Happy Lunar New Year or Chinese New Year. It's 33 degrees Fahrenheit right now and 1 degree Celsius at about 10 after 5 in the afternoon. Today we're going to do the money tree because this is the year of the rabbit. And the year of the rabbit signifies prosperity. So let's hope everybody has a prosperous new year. So today we're doing a Pachira Aquatica. This belongs to the chestnut family. It's native to South and Central America. Now this is a money tree. It's called by other different names too. But in the wild, this produces edible chestnuts. So if given time in the wild, it'll grow to 60 feet tall or 18.28 meters. Indoors, it'll average out to about 8 foot or 2.4 meters tall, unless you're in the tropics and you can keep it growing. But maybe get chestnuts out of it. I don't know, but that's what my info says. And they eat it. They eat a lot of the chestnuts, so that's good. Now it tends to grow leggy in the house, so a lot of maintenance pruning. You can do that all year long. It's very beneficial. It likes a fast draining soil, so today we're going to use what was recommended for this tree is 1 part peat moss, 1 part perlite, 1 part coarse sand, plus we're going to put a Micos root pack in the bottom. Now you can keep it in the same spot, in the same pot, provided you take off all the soil as much as you can and take off about 1/3 of the root. So let me show you what it looks like. Here it is, and you can see the base is about 4 inches or 10 centimeters. The centimeters are on the bottom for metric. That's the inches. So that's what I get, about 4 centimeters in my pot. If you look at the pot, I can get it right in the middle here. So that'll be pretty good. So these are pretty. This is a caliper for measuring tree trunks. So put that on the side. I got the Micos root packs. Now this is good through I think 5 of 2024, but I'm going to use this for my outdoor garden for when I plant the potatoes. I'm going to use this in there and put it around all my other plants that I put out there. So let's put this on the side. Now here's I put in about a cup of water because the peat was really dry. But there's my mix with the sand, the peat, and the perlite. So before we do anything with that, let's take the pot out over here. And we're going to trim some of the top so we can see what we're doing. And don't break the pot, Tom. Let's put it over here. So, let's see. Where did I do my sharpener? Here it is. All I'm going to do is redo this because I hit I was doing the roots with this. So I'm just going to let it glide over the blade. Just to take anything out, any of the dullness out of it. That was 3 times. I only did this 2. So just like that. That was my ironwood diamond blade sharpener. So what we're going to do first right now, we're just going to cut it back like that. And this will grow from cuttings. Take these off. I'm a little bit of a mess today. And we'll put this on the side for now. And we're going to take this one. See, this one's coming up here. So we're going to take this one that's grown here. Well, we can take this one off because I don't know if you can see it, but it's got growing into like a double trunk here. But we can take it off right about there. Maybe this one will sprout out, but maybe not. We'll just take that off because we want to try to get one trunk growing here. We're going to cut this one back and have it grow out this way. And then this side, it's starting to grow a new one here, a new point. And it's going to be a double trunk, but that's all right because I want this trunk to fatten up over here. So I'm going to take this back to here, put that in there. Now they're supposed to look good from cuttings. So we're going to take this one back to about here. Cutting them all at a 45, if you can see. That way there any water gets in when I put it outside, it doesn't run in and rot it. And then we're going to cut it to here, just like that. So I got it at a node. I don't know if you can see it right here, but it'll start to grow this way. This one will grow this way. You can say, Tom, it's going to have an inverse taper here, but right now I want to thicken this up. I'm not worried about nothing else. Okay. So we're going to take 3 leaves off because I know we're going to pot and take some of the... This one we're going to take 1. And this one's yellowing, so we'll just cut it in half. That one in half. That way there won't get stressed out after repotting it. Now, you're saying, oh, Tom, you always do this in the evening. Yeah, but it's dark. Once I shut the lights off in here, it'll be pitch dark. So it'll have a chance to rest. Let me throw this in the garbage. In the garbage. Okay. So, I didn't want to put water in the bowl yet because, you know, our buddy Kevin, he's going to be something else. Oh, here's what the root packs look like. So I'm going to take one out now, and they'll dissolve. And it comes 50 to a bag. Now, if you see Scott Wynard, on his last video, I think is about a year ago, he also puts them in the bottom too. And this is good too because on the bigger plants, you don't have to measure your amount of what you're putting in. You just put it in the root pack and that's it. So I'm going to take some water. I'm going to fill up Mr. Elephant because I haven't filled him up yet because Kevin was being a nuisance here today. So we got some water in for Mr. Elephant. We're going to put some water into the bowl to see if our cuttings will root. And then we're going to put water in here because I'm going to do the root raking here because these roots are kind of fine. There we go. Just like that. Because you know our buddy Kevin. So, this, if we cut about 1/3 off, it's up to here, but this looks like it's in straight peat. Now, excuse me, so I don't get water into here, because that's where they cut it when they were doing the, when they cut it down to put it into here, the new trunk. So what did I do with the lipstick? See? Now you can say, oh, you got to use root paste. No, lipstick is the best. Now I got, this is gunmetal lipstick. It looks kind of black. Let's get this off. I got a new one here from my sister and my niece. Just like that. And cut it off. Now the reason why I'm doing it now is because I don't want to get no water into that area there. So this is, it's by Fantasy Makers. And lipstick is a good cut paste because it's made out of natural wax. That's all it is natural wax. Now on a big cut like this, you can do like Nigel Saunders and use a, I forgot what he uses, but it's a glue. Or you can use wood glue. It'll seal it up and it'll dry to a nice clear, what do you call it? It'll be clear. I'm a little tongue-tied today. And just like that, and I'm just rubbing it in. Covered up that little hole in there because you don't want water getting in the inside. And that's the gunmetal lipstick. easy to use. You close it up. You don't have to get your fingers dirty or nothing. But Nigel's has got a good idea with his. And tight bond wood glue. I use that too on real big cuts. But I don't even know where I put it. So I have to go this way. Okay, so let's put our root pack on the side here. And let's see if we can get it out of the pot. Yep, there's our paper towel. I can use that instead of my pants today. So just wiggle, wiggle, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. You can't see me squeezing the pot. All I'm doing is squeezing the pot. You can say, Tom, there's a trunk there. Yes, that's okay. I want this to fatten up more. Get this trunk a little fatter. There we go. And you can see, great, Caesar's ghost. That was on the old Superman shows from the 50s. Perry White, the editor. Now you can see how this is rooted all the way down to here. I can't believe this. So let's put this in the water here. This has to be a big old trunk that they rooted. I don't know if they... Let's get it in there. See, you never know when you pull it apart what you're going to get. Now the reason why I'm doing it now instead of the spring is because it's starting to grow. I thought it would sleep another month yet, but it didn't. It decided to wake up. There we go. Get some of this. And this is all how they rooted it, as far as I can tell. And as far as I can tell, I don't even have to take a lot of the root off. But you can see there's a very little root on this. And look at this. Look at this trunk. I can put it... See, there's no roots coming out of here. This is where they probably grafted it. But I'm just going to put it in this way. Because I don't want to lose these real fine roots. I mean, this is a trunk and a half. A trunk and a half. So, let's be careful with it. And I think if we put it in this way, it should be perfect. Look at that. So all I'm going to do right now is take it out gentle like. Move some of the stone out of the way. Like that. And I'm just going to take my little cup and put our mix in there. See, with cuttings, when you get them in the store, you got to let them grow a little bit. I'm going to take my root pack now. I'm going to put it right in the middle, right over the root system. So get that beneficial bacteria in there. And what I'm going to do... Okay, Tom, you didn't do it. Yes, we did. We got Scott's Mr. Bottle. Get everything wet there. And we'll just stick it right on top of it. Just like that. And now, this is a trunk and a half. So what I got to do is I got to put some soil on the side. Just like that. And then take the chopstick. I hope you can see this, what I'm doing. Take our spoon and just put it in. And I gotta get some more soil. So what I'm gonna do is hold this up with the spoon the best I can. No, I can't. Okay, Tom. So, okay, Tom, you put it down, you're losing all your soil. Now with these fine roots, you can't fire in your chopstick. Right now we want to get this settled. See? It had all, you can see all this peat moss. There's hardly any root in there right now. So this is really cutting. So I'm glad we did this one and not the other one, because the other one I'm going to let grow yet. But these are all probably cuttings that they grafted off of a bigger tree, because in Florida, where this came from, you got great growing conditions there, and they can get these trees growing better than I can. But it's growing in the basement. We haven't had sun for about 3-4 days, and whatever light's coming in, that's what we're getting. So we're just gonna firm it in. Now, since this isn't going outside, I don't have to worry about it getting all pulled over by anybody except Kevin. Because you know Kevin, he's got to investigate everything. So you can see none of the roots started coming out. They got a little bit of roots here, so maybe there'll be aerial roots going into the soil. But you can see how deep this was buried, just to get it to root, to get it to how they grafted it. So I'm going to put some more soil there, just like that. Now that was just peat moss. Now these, they don't like wet roots, because when you overwater them, there we go. When you overwater them, that's what causes them to die, and if you underwater them, it causes them to die. So, or at least the leaves will dry out, and then the roots will really rot in wet water. But in the tropics, you know, it's hot. So if it gets a nice rain, it won't rot the roots, because everything dries nicely. And you can see the beautiful trunk on this. I know it's not in the center of the table, but right now, all this was in peat moss. Lesson learned from me. And this I got at Home Depot. I forgot how much it was. I know I had it in one of the videos. It was cheap. It was under 20 bucks. But there you go. Look at that. Look at that trunk on it. And there's the roots starting to form there. But at least we kept the roots intact there, and I didn't rake them off. So we'll get Mr. Elephant, and we'll see if I pre-mixed the peat good. So all we're going to do is give it a little bit of water. Yes, I did. Water a little bit, just like that. Water going in, nice and easy. So the next one I'm not going to plant till spring, maybe June, because I want to get that one to root good. It's the same size trunk as this one is. The same size. Now the root ball was real moist because we did it in the water, so I don't have to really get it down there much. But I got the water in here because that'll hold this plant in place. Just like that. Yeah, they say the year of the rabbit. The rabbit is supposed to be the luckiest animal in the zodiac for the Chinese. The luckiest one. So we should have a nice, prosperous year. No, I'm not superstitious, but that's what the old saying is. So there you go. And you can see they buried it this deep, and this trunk part is still moist from what I did there. But that was in that pot so deep. So the whole trunk was like down to here, from the rim to here, with just that little ball of roots starting to grow. So I'm glad I didn't repot it right away when I got it. And I thought it would sleep more. Nah, they woke up. But there we go. There's our tree. This one's a pukey looking leaf there. So we're just going to cut this one. Get these off that I sharpened. Just cut it to there. And cut this one in half. Just like that. So let's see what's going to go on here. And these wounds, they're small, but we can put some gunmetal on there. Just like that. Seal them up. Seal them up. Just like that. Now my sister gets lipstick cheap, so does my niece. Where are they going shop for it? I don't know, but they're lucky. They get all these lipsticks for under $1. And this is, if you want to see where to get the gunmetal, this is the, you ain't going to see it. You still can't see it. It's called Fantasy Makers by Wet n Wild. So you can see how the gunmetal is. It's a nice deep color. And why are you going to spend all that money on root paste? To me, it's a waste. Remember, lipstick is a natural wax. And if it doesn't harm women and their lips, it's not going to harm your plants. And if it keeps their lips moist, it's going to, and keeps out moisture on their, moisture from getting in, lipstick is the one to use. I mean, it keeps the women's lips moist, but for our purposes, we want to keep the cut from getting water on the inside. And I use this on my rose bushes because it lasts all through the winter. And then after I prune them again, then I put more lipstick on, and it really lasts. But that's how it goes. That's our little tree. It watered in a little bit. Let's give it a little bit more water so it goes down. Just like that. Just like that. So you know what tonight is? Tonight is family night. Keep that phone off from 6 o'clock on. And if anybody wants to know why you're not answering the phone, I'm with my family. This is family night. Sit down with your wife, have a cup of tea with your children. If it's cold like it is out over here, give them a nice hot cup of hot chocolate to sit with you. Or if you're where it's hot, lemonade with the family. Sit back and watch a little bit of Lawrence Welk or whatever family show you want. Because Lawrence Welk, you can watch him, and that's what the kids see when music was music. So there we go. There's our tree. I think we can keep this as our front. You can see how gnarly and open that trunk is over there. So, got to make a tag for it. Fingers crossed. And since this is the year of the rabbit, I'm going to take one of these little guys and we'll put him in here for this little guy, our tree here. So, fingers crossed, everybody. Let's hope this all turns out for me. And we'll see what happens. We'll know in about a month whether it grows. And once I shut the lights off, it'll be pitch black. So, that's why I do it this way. It can rest, it can heal itself, the roots will get adapted. I got the wicking system on the bottom here. I had another pot like this, but it was wider, but I figured with that root system, now look down here, that one at the bottom is 3.5 inches, or what is it, about 9 centimeters. So, an amazing plant, an amazing find. But at least we did it. So, fingers crossed. We'll see what happens in a month. I'll let you know if it lives or not. I hope it does. Nice, strong little plant. There's nothing weak on it. It's strong. It's solid. So, get your cup of tea going. I'm going to get my cup of tea going. Don't forget Lawrence Welk tonight. Let your kids listen to music as music. And shut that phone off. It's family night. You don't have to sit on the phone 24/7. Be with your family. Relax. Get the buzzing out of your head from the phone all the time. And tell your friends and family, hey, family night, I'm with my family. After 6 o'clock, I don't answer the phone. And if it's a real emergency, one ring, hang up, one ring, hang up, one ring, hang up, and call again, then I'll answer the phone. That's what I do. Take care, everybody. Have a good day, and Happy New Year.